Hey everyone. I know it's another spontaneous Astro chat, but I had it in my mind that 3 o'clock was when I was going to start talking about astrology for this week ahead. Meanwhile, while I'm talking about astrology, the weekly forecast for this week is going up and uploading on YouTube. Hi, Curious Hero. So good to see you guys. I know it's very spontaneous again of me, but, you know, the timing felt right. And while my lunch was heating up or being cooked, I was going to come on here and talk about this week ahead. Curious Hero says, sweet, I'm not at work at this time. Yes! So you can actually catch one of these live. Basically what this is that I like to do is every week at the start of the week while a video is uploading or when the video has already uploaded, just come on here and invite you guys to grab a pen and a paper or a notepad or an agenda book or your lunar calendars and write down your dates, the dates that you need to know for the week ahead. I love doing these, just like Masha is saying. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but basically this allows you guys to write down what you can expect for this week ahead. Again, they tend to be a little spontaneous. I normally like to do them on Mondays, but I wasn't able to do it yesterday because, you guys, I was so exhausted. I put everything on hold for the most part. Aubrey says, I'm so happy I'm catching live video. I'm so happy that you're able to join. Carmina says, yay! Crystalline Mama says, hey, Jess, I just paused my yoga session to tune in with you all. Yes, welcome. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Okay, so give me some hearts if you're ready to start talking about this week ahead. I am so hungry, so I'm going to keep it under an hour. Instagram doesn't allow me to do any longer than an hour anyways, but this video, for those that can't join in, you know, they'll be able to catch it on the repeat. And then also, for those that aren't able to see it on the repeat or would like to get more information, this video and the weekly forecast and any intuitive message that I see for this week is going to be posted on BehatiLife YouTube. So you'll be able to see that. Okay, so I can see that you guys are ready. Good. I'm going to go ahead and open up my calendar. Should I go get Franklin? I feel like if I grab him, though, he's going to be distracting. Okay, so... And, oh, I do have exciting news. This is going to be the last live session from Philadelphia for the next week and some change because I'm going to be in Sedona. And that's why I put the shop on hold on vacation mode for a minute, for just a small minute, because I'm going to be updating. I'm going to be grabbing new crystals for you guys that I'm really excited. I'm so drawn to amethyst and rose quartz, so I want to get more of those in the shop for you. And also, I'm going to be going for my own personal spirituality trip. Franklin, don't be rude. I think Franklin wants to join. Let's go grab him. So, so the live chat will actually be not in Philadelphia, which is where the apothecary is based, but in Arizona. So you can see that. I just got body butter on my face. But, okay. All right, so you guys are ready to start. Franklin is here because he's been on another level of energy as of late. It's because of his food that I give him. It's all natural. You guys, I hand cook his food every week. I'm not even kidding. This is the most spoiled, rotten pup, but I really want what's best for him. So once I switched his diet from regular dog food to home cooked food, he's just been on another level of energy. Yay! Okay, you guys, for real, let's focus. All right, so Monday is today. Monday was yesterday. Today is Tuesday. But I'm going to start off by talking a little bit about last week. Because last week's changes, even though they were officially happening last week, they are starting to be felt strongly this week. Do you do that for your cat baby too? No, I wish I could, but you guys know, like, cats are so picky, and I tried to make food for Moochie, and Moochie is the name of my cat, and he's just not open to eating food that I make for him, so I just make food for Franklin. If you would like to hear me talk about that on my YouTube video, I get a lot of questions about Franklin a lot. Like, I'm really open to talking about it. Okay, so the changes that were happening this week, or that happened last week, we're really starting to feel them this week. So one of the biggest changes is the fact that on the 18th, which was let me flip back. On the 18th, which was last week, on Thursday of last week, Venus moved into the sign of Aquarius. If you joined in for last week's live chat, you saw and you heard me talk about Venus moving into the sign of Aquarius and the changes that we're going to be feeling there. And also on the 20th, which was Saturday of this weekend that just passed, the sun moved into the sign of Aquarius. So hi to everyone who's just joining. I love seeing you guys here. Right now what we're doing is a live chat for the week of January 22nd. We're talking about it now. There's going to be a repeat for 24 hours, and also the video is being uploaded onto BehatiLife YouTube for those that need to check in after 24 hours, because what I personally like to do is to predict the week ahead, know what it is that I'm working with, and also go back to old videos at the very end of the week, re-listen while I'm running my errands or doing whatever, and being like, oh, this is what Jess was talking about, or oh, this is what I saw for myself. And then also I pulled cards for you guys, so make sure you stay to the very end, because I have a really nice intuitive message and I want to share a story with you. So that being said, I've got to focus because I only have an hour here. And I do have a lot of readings and orders to do after this. So, okay. So, on the 20th, which was a Saturday, Sun moved into the sign of Aquarius. And on the 18th, Venus moved into the sign of Aquarius. That happened during that day, but we're feeling that energy now. That energy becomes really heightened, and we're like right in the thick of it. So, Sun rules our life energy, and it rules our focus, and it rules our vibration that all of us feel, no matter if you're a Virgo, a Libra, a Taurus, no matter an Aries, an Aquarius, you're going to feel the shifting in energy. So Aquarius wants you really to kind of strike out and to try something new. You're going to hear me talk about this in the video that I'm uploading now for the YouTube, that I see an energy and a shifting on independence. And despite if you're in a relationship, despite if you have, a good core group of friends, I just see this shifting and moving towards independence and doing things on your own, for yourself, by yourself. And you're going to need to do this because sometimes the environments that we're grown in, or the environments that we become accustomed to and we're comfortable with, they don't hold you back for a bad reason. They're doing their own thing, or they're not used to branching out for themselves. The more that you explore, the more that you allow yourself to go out and to try new things and to meet new people, the more that you benefit and you learn about yourself. You connect with new exciting people. That's the other thing too, is that I see people really starting to find themselves naturally drawn and attracted to different things. And I see the element of surprise not only in this external life, but in your own personal life, meaning like you just are so shocked by what it is that you are interested in. For example, just the other day, I was at the Apple store for way too long because my phone was broken. And I had to get it fixed. And the woman, well, she was an older woman, much, much older than me, but she was sitting across the table from me. We're both trying to get our phones fixed and whatnot. And her bag was so different. And I was like, I had to ask her, I'm like, where did you get your bag from? And it was one of a kind. It was custom made. It was only found in this one area that I actually was planning on trying to visit. And sometime in the future, and she said it's a custom bag, and it just goes to show like how much our brains are kind of being naturally drawn and gravitating towards things that are different that not everyone can get. The other thing that I'm seeing is an emphasis on experiences, spending money on experiences and less on things. Okay, sorry, I have some food on the stove for Franklin, so I'm listening to make sure that it doesn't boil over. Thank you so much, Stella Conjure says, you're so cool. Sorry, but I have to say it. Thank you so much. Vanessa says, oh my God, Franklin, I love him. Me too. Franklin, I love you. He's like, what? I love you. I love you so much. Yes, baby. I'm sorry. I just love him. Okay. What other questions? Holy smokes, this is literally me right now. Yeah, I mean, we're all feeling this. No matter what your horoscope sign is, your sun sign, your rising sign, we're all feeling it. Totally feeling it. So someone asked me to make a video about Venus moving into the sign of Aquarius, and I wanted to do it immediately for you, but I ended up getting caught in like some custom orders that I needed to create. So hopefully I can do that for you in the future. Sorry, you guys. I have the giggles. I've had the giggles all day. And Franklin's, it just makes me laugh. But I wanted to make this video for you guys, but I really did get caught up in what it was that I was working on, so I couldn't do it. But that's something I would like to do in the future. But you're going to be feeling this now. Again, Venus rules relationships, it rules aesthetic, it rules beauty. And when we watch Venus to see what it is that we're naturally gravitating towards, Cafe and Leche says, I received mine today, about to go check the mail. Yes, 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 yes. I'm so happy to hear that. So, yeah, Venus rules what it is that we're naturally drawn to, like what we find aesthetically pleasing. Okay, Carmina says, is the fact that me deciding to take a break from speaking to the man is in love with me because we want different things at the moment go along with the energy and the planets? Abso-freaking-lutely! That's a perfect example. Number one, you have to... Oh, yo, I don't want to go too... yes, I do want to go into... I want to go so deep into this, but... Sun in Aquarius, it's very detached for a good reason, emotionally detached, because it needs you to do what is right for you, but also what is right for the globe, and that has to go to energy. Like, that has to work with energy. If there is no compromise. Like, there is no compromise when it comes to Aquarius, and there is no compromise when it comes to Venus in Aquarius. If it doesn't serve you, if it doesn't give to you, if it doesn't fall in alignment with you, you need to release it, you need to let it go. And I think that for a majority of late last year, a lot of us were compromising, over-compromising. We sacrificed ourselves for the bigger picture in our relationships. And it made sense at the time because we had to learn the lesson. We had to do it, whether it be over-giving ourselves to career, over-giving ourselves to a relationship. But patience is thin, and the ice is thin, and you can't keep walking on the same weak spots and not expect yourself to fall through. And that's what the planets are now needing you to do, is be like, look, you're walking on thin ice here, and there's a lot more out there for you. Like, you don't want to be in a barren area anymore. You want to be thriving. And if this relationship is shit, if this relationship is no good, it's time for you to go. If this career is no good, it's time for you to go. And let's say you're in a relationship right now that is actually good and feels good to you, still there's the element of it's good that you guys are happy, but also get out and do things for yourself, by yourself, because what you experience and what it is that you explore and what it is that you find, you can bring back to that relationship and enhance that relationship. But also, you are a person outside of your job, you're a person outside of your relationship, you have a whole life that you need to still explore and discover, and you can't do that if you're stuck in your little fish tank. Like, you really can't. So relationships do break down. Friendships break down. Aquarius naturally rules friendships and networking. Isabella is saying, counts for toxic friendships too? Hell yeah. Absolutely. Any relationship. Now, when I say relationship, I don't mean intimate, boyfriend, girlfriend, 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 boyfriend, boyfriend. I mean friendships across the board. If it doesn't serve you, it's gotta go. It's got to go. And it's okay to be selfish. And that's what the planets are really making you do, is like, look towards what it is that you're gravitating towards. The things that we like, in everybody's chart, we are naturally drawn to certain things. We find certain things attractive. It's like we just look at it and we're like, oh yes, this makes sense. Let me love this. Let me bring it into my life. But when Venus is moving through the sign of Aquarius during this time, it's like, you know what? Just because you were naturally attracted to it for a good portion of your life, it's time for you to watch to see what else that it is that you're going to be pulled towards. Because you're going to learn so much about yourself, and you're also going to get what it is that you deserve. Career, things. like sometimes, like me, my Venus falls in the sign of Virgo, and I'm naturally drawn to like darker colors, muted colors. But it's like, you know what? And I normally cover myself up. Like, I normally have sweaters on. But you know what? Like, it's time for me to branch out and to try different things. And for and trying different things, it's like, it's not a bad thing that this is what it was that I was naturally gravitated towards before. But it's like, now I need to try something different so that I can experience a different side of myself, so I can experience a different love, so I can experience, like, whatever it is. So Addie says evolution and transformation, abso-freaking-lutely. A lot of things are like, they have to go. Like, they really do have to go. Again, I'm going right back to the metaphor that I saw before, that we really have been walking on thin ice for a long time. And if you keep on walking, and you know it, like, you know what it is that I'm talking about. Like, you don't need me to even say it. You know what it is that I'm talking about. You're going to fall through, you're going to freeze to death. Like, meaning that it's not going to serve you, and there's better out there for you. And when you see this change shifting, and you see these opportunities coming in because you allow yourself to experience them, you're going to see positive changes happening. Isabella says, the thing is, I'm scared to let that one friend go because she's not doing well mentally. She hurts me so much and literally pulls me into her bad energy, and I want to let her go. I can't hurt her though. You know what, Isabella? You have to prioritize yourself sometimes, and you can't put other people's healing above your own healing. You can't put other people's happiness above your own happiness. I had to let go of a friend myself, a friend I considered a best friend for a long time, because her vibe was not serving me. Like, it was pissing me off. Like, it was making me mad. And it just wasn't working. And I had to prioritize myself. I had to put myself in an environment where, you know what, I can love you from afar, I can support you from afar, but I can't be here with you because you really are draining my batteries, and I have a lot to give. Okay, so the over-ambitious one, are you a Capricorn, my dear? Says, it's as if that thing that needs to be addressed is calling out to me to address it and walk away from it. Absolutely. The Mystic K333 says, I have a best friend who I've been best friends with since preschool. It's getting to a point where I think I have to let him go. He really is my best friend, but we are totally drifting. It's okay. And you know what? These changes that you make, they don't have to be long-term, but it's for the better right now, so go ahead and do it. Crystalline says, Isabella, I understand that completely distance yourself if you need to, but just like Jess said, love him from afar. For real though, love him from afar. All right, so you guys are already seeing that and feeling that. Let's get back to the date. So that the 18th was when Venus moved into the sign of Aquarius, so you're probably already feeling that. You're definitely feeling Sun moving into the sign of Aquarius. Weird things just happen naturally. Also, I'm seeing the emphasis of education and spiritual focus, but like trying different classes, going different places, getting on a plane, going on a road trip, meeting, and I see like friends, like friendship circles. It's interesting that you guys are talking about it because I'm seeing that too. I see friendship circles expanding totally. What's the matter, Franklin? Franklin's been going out to the dog park too and meeting new friends. So it's just like networking as a whole and trying new things. Sometimes it's a new world. It doesn't have to be completely so far away, but it's up to you. Watch what it is that you're naturally gravitated towards and what it is that you find yourself being pulled towards. Nothing is a coincidence. Everything happens for a reason, and you'll see that. Thank you guys so much for the hearts. That means a lot to me. On the 24th, which is tomorrow, Mercury, the planet of communication, is meeting up with Pluto, the planet of death and transformation. Death, destruction. So, mouth dropped. Everything you're saying right now is happening in my life right now. Hell yeah. Witchy moon astrology. A lot of my general readings I've been doing for everyone that has been saying to learn new things spiritually. So yes, more confirmation. Absolutely. I've been seeing it in my own, the people that I've been working with lately. I had to share with you this message at the very end. I know I'm talking fast, but it's because I have this story that I want to share with you. And also I pulled some cards for you guys that I want to share that too. But Mercury, again, is the planet of communication, and Pluto rules death and destruction. Now, Pluto is all about diving deep and probing, and like really just getting into the thick of things and just getting in there. And when Mercury rules our mind and communication and expression, meets up with Pluto, this type of communication and thinking gets deeper. It wants to get to the bottom of things. It wants to discover and bring up to the surface. So I see this, like, if you look anywhere on the internet, Mercury and Pluto together, they don't say that as a surprise, or they don't see it as information coming in. But, wow, am I boring you? Lick, lick, lick. Am I boring you? He's like, well, she talks about astrology all the time. You guys have no idea. All she does is sit in here and read cards for people and talk about astrology, and she should be cooking my meals. He's so cute. Anyways, so when Mercury, what was I talking about? Mercury and Pluto. Yeah, so when messages. So if you look anywhere on the internet, you're not going to see it say that Mercury and Pluto creates a message coming in. But when I'm looking at the chart, you guys know I do things differently. I work with my intuition and I follow my flow. So I match my study of astrology, which is over 8 to 9 years now, probably a little longer, and I match it with my intuition, and I watch to see what planets kind of stand out to me, and it helps me to blend intuition in with the science of astrology. And what it is that I'm seeing here is a message coming in. So for some people, I want to say like 30% of people watching now, or 30% that are going to see this video on YouTube or whatever the case may be, you're going to get a surprise message, information that comes in. Maybe it's a flash of news, maybe it's a flash of a message, whatever the case may be. But you're going to see that. But for the rest of you, it's a conversation that needs to be had. It's a flash of information, or a thought, or a conversation, or the chance to deepen a conversation that you need to have with someone that's important, whether it be a conversation with your job, your career, your boss, or with a partner. And this conversation is something that needs to be had. This is because, again, Pluto is in the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn is things that have been built up over time. Pluto is all about changing how we do things. Pluto moving through the sign of Capricorn is totally shifting the dynamic of our structure and how we're used to things being done. And Mercury is the planet of communication, the messenger of all of the planets. So, when these two meet like this, what you're going to see is a doorway for an important dialogue, conversation to be had, to understand another person. But also this conversation is like life-changing, totally a game changer. And that's what Pluto and Mercury together will do, is they just create profound change that needs to be had for a long while. Is the wait... Bright Liz says, is the wait still about a year for your readings? That is the realest comment I've read so far. It's not a year, but it's about a month right now. I'm sorry to say. You know, if you guys know me, I dedicate, and you know how I do my readings. I really take time out for each one. Each reading is about an hour long. Each client gets about an hour, 20 minutes to an hour long, especially live readings of intuitive messages and channeled messages. A lot of my clients are repeated people that have been with me for years. I am proud of that. Everyone gets my undivided attention always and forever. So the wait tends to go higher and higher. And also I keep my readings at a very affordable price because I feel like everyone should be able to benefit from intuitive guidance. It's kind of like, you know, everyone should be able to go to church. You know, everyone should be able to have a sacred space. So the only reason why I even charge for my readings is to because there needs to be an energy exchange. So for that, yeah, my readings are long. Sometimes the wait right now is kind of long, but I'm not going to make any changes. If you can't wait, then don't do it. I'm sure there's plenty of other tarot readers on here that can shuffle some cards for you, but what I give is a little different than most, so if you can't wait, then I'm sorry. All right. So anyways, back to what it was that I was saying. Shannon B886 says, to clarify, profound change will come from this conversation and thought. Absolutely. Do I see this as something that you should provoke and push at? No. If there's a conversation that you need to have with a partner, with a person that's long overdue, and you are stirred to talk about it, it's perfect timing. Do it then. If you are trying to provoke or push someone, to each their own, but be open to it backfiring. Okay? It's kind of like holding a firecracker and knowing that you're holding fire in your hand and then lighting it, and then that light blowing up in your face, and then you're just like, damn it, like, what did I expect? Like, you lit that match, so the firecracker exploded. So just expect that. If you guys are hearing emails going off in the background, hearing noises in the background, my email's here as well as the astrology. So for those that ask personal questions, you guys, thank you so much for sending those emails. I'm seeing them come in as we're doing this live chat. So, and Bright Liz, you're so wonderful. Thank you so much for saying that. I love the question, by the way. I love the realness of it. I love that about you guys. I feel like we can talk about these things anyway, so don't feel ashamed or, bad for asking me questions. You should ask me questions. That's what I'm here to do, is to answer them for you. Moving on. This is my moving on energy. My moving on method for moving this conversation on. The 25th is a Thursday. But also the 24th, depending on where it is that you're at in the globe. Venus, again, not Venus, Mercury and Pluto, you're going to be feeling this really strong the 24th into the 25th. But also look for the days around that. Because you'll see, like, maybe it's not, and the way that this can manifest itself, let's say you're sitting on a bus and you hear someone, a few, people behind you just having a really deep conversation, and what it is that they're saying, it's like you're not meaning to eavesdrop in, but you're naturally, like, kind of drawn to listen to them, and they say something, like a quote, and it just hits you like a bell. And it rings throughout your spirit and your being. That's what it is that I'm seeing. It's just like, maybe it's not a conversation that you have. Maybe it's something that you hear. But I see it as a message. Intuitively, when I look at the chart, that's what I see it. I see it as a message that comes in. And you just kind of, it resonates with you. And it changes how you live your life. It changes how you view things. It changes how you express yourself. Or maybe someone else's experience, maybe hearing another story. Thank you for your email. Maybe hearing someone else's story, a friend sharing their experience, it just makes you do things differently. I just see it just totally being groundbreaking. I just see it totally shifting your perception and your communication and your flow. Like, that's what I see here. So it will really be interesting to see how that manifests itself and how it flows. So on the 25th, Mercury sextiles, that's me making the symbol for sextile, Jupiter. And pretty much what this is like a flirtation of the planets. So the ambitious one says, this occurred today. Yeah, you're going to feel this. You're going to feel this already. So I'm not even surprised to hear that you're having these things are surfacing for themselves for you now. Mercury, the planet of communication, is going to be blowing kisses to Jupiter, the planet of abundance and expansion. What you're going to see here is good. This stuff, this information, this conversation, this dialogue is going to hopefully be for the better. Jupiter is the planet of abundance, so I see this as someone who is kind of larger than life, someone who is excited. I see open minds. I see good luck, optimism, and to me, I just see this again as all of the planets working together. When you're looking and going to an astrologer or looking at the astrology chart, it's not just one aspect, it's all of the aspects show all of the energy. Just like when you're doing a tarot reading, one or two tarot cards doesn't show the whole story, it's the whole spread paints the whole picture. So that's what I'm seeing here too, is again this energy and emphasis back on Sun moving through the sign of Aquarius and this refreshing energy. The other thing that has kept on popped up in my head lately is the Fool card. And I think this is because I pulled for you guys this morning in my meditation when I woke up. I start off with prayer, 20 minutes of prayer, and then I just go right into my meditation. I shuffle cards to, deliver a message to you guys. And the World card came out. The World card is the very end of the major arcana, and then it starts fresh with the Fool card. And I really do see this new like exciting, opening up, starting fresh, like learning the lessons, but also shaking off all of what we've experienced and all of like our struggle, frustration. It feels like for some of us we're like walking through mud and we're not making progress, or we're like, it feels like, 3 steps forward, 5 steps back. Like, seriously, I'm not saying 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's like I see that there's progress being made, but then all of a sudden it's like, okay, now I have to go like all the way back here. Like, that's what I'm kind of seeing. And it is what it is. Work with it. I feel it in my own life too. Really what it is that we're doing is we're learning. Again, this is because Pluto is in the sign of Capricorn. A lot of the planets were in the sign of Capricorn, and Capricorn rules our structure, our stability, and it rules where it is that we're building towards. Without Capricorn, we would have no foundation for anything else. And in a lot of ways, we're learning so much. We're learning what works for us. We're changing those methods. We're changing those routines in order for us to become better. And if we don't have a strong foundation, again, we're just building up on thin ice. And everything that we put years into is just going to keep on building up on this thin ice until one bad thing happens and it all comes crashing down and you lose everything. And my clients, my BehatiLife tribe, I'm not going to allow that to happen. We're not going to as much as I can control it, I don't want us to lose everything because we weren't heeding the advice and following our intuition. So, yeah, so I'm seeing that. Everyone's saying yes. So I'm so glad to see that that's working for you guys. The 26th, put a star next to this. Mars, the planet of drive and ambition, is moving into the sign of Sagittarius. Now remember how I was saying that we're going to watch to see what it is that you're naturally drawn towards. Certain things are going to be highlighted for you. So let's say you see, you hear a friend talking about this new yoga class, or you hear someone talking about it in passing, like this new spin class. And you're like, shit, that sounds really cool. That sounds really exciting. I would like to do that. Then, chances are, the 26th, the 27th, to the 28th, and the rest for the month later, you're going to start making moves on that one thought. And that thought that popped up in your head was placed there for a reason. It's going to help your physical body. It's going to help your mental body, your spiritual body, your emotional body, by watching what it is that you're drawn to. Let's say you see an email and it says, look, Frontier has $29 flights to Cuba. Jump on it. It's $29. It doesn't make sense now, but you're interested in it. You would love to go. Act on it. This is what Mars is pushing you to do, and what is building up towards is to helping you to get out and to make moves. Mars rules drive and ambition. And it pushes you. It pushes. It's like that match. It's like hitting that button that hits the rocket ship that shoots you out. The image that I get of that is like SpongeBob. When Patrick gets in the rocket ship and just it blasts himself out of the ocean and goes back in. But that's because I'm a nut and I love SpongeBob. Or I love SpongeBob. I don't really watch SpongeBob anymore. I don't watch cable TV anymore. But at one point I did. And I love SpongeBob. He makes me laugh. But do you guys remember the episode? I'm sorry, just off on a tangent. But there's this one episode where he was trying so hard to be normal. And the way that he would say, SpongeBob is, I'm sorry you guys, SpongeBob, well, I don't want to get into it. But there's this one episode where SpongeBob was really trying hard to be normal, but he polished himself off so much that he just was so normal that he was just abnormal. That's neither here nor there, but really, the reason why I brought that up is because I was laughing about it with my boyfriend and a few other friends when the Eagles were playing. But it just made me laugh. I wanted to share it with you guys. But yeah, so Mars is going to push you. Curious Hero says printing out Krabby Patties. Yeah. Isabella says, yes, that episode was so funny. It was. And it was teaching kids, it's okay to be weird. It's okay to be different. The more, if you really try to, make yourself super normal, you're, diminishing all of your sparkle and what makes you so unique. Not your cup of tea, says highlight on fleek. Thank you, girl. You know what it is? This Wet n Wild Mega Glow. Hello, Halo. And then also, what do I have here for you? The Becca. This Becca, the one that I have is Opal. But I love all of them. Their gold highlight is insane. This one you can get at like CVS or Walgreens for mad cheap, like $5. I'm not even kidding. Wait for it to go on sale and get it for $2. But even if you do have to get it full price, it's only $5 and it's worth it. It has this really cute doe foot. Sorry I'm talking about makeup right now, but also sorry I'm not sorry because I love it. That's the thing. You just swipe it up and it's just so insane. I'm actually going back to get the gold one because I'm melanin and I want more gold. But if you're asking about my highlight on my collarbone, it's actually the Honey Goddess Beauty Butter, which I have around here somewhere. But I like to moisturize myself totally. Aubrey says, makeup tutorial. Isabella says, my dad once asked me if I want a normal family, and I said, normal? What is even normal? Can I eat that? That's so funny. Ruled by Jupiter says, can we hang out? Let's, please. What day does your shop reopen? I believe when I get back, the day that I get back. 2 days afterwards, because I'm going to go pick up some gems and some items while I'm in Sedona that I want to bring to you guys just to make this shop more special. Not that it isn't already special, but I just want to get more items in there that really resonate with me that I just feel like you guys deserve. I don't know what it is, though. Like, I'm not going to... My trip to Sedona is spiritual for me, but I also feel like there's just going to be some surprises there that I'm just open to picking up and receiving for you guys and sharing. So those are going to be in the shop. Is there certain foods that we should be eating right now? I always say stick to as vegetarian as possible, as much plant-based as possible. I myself am not full-blown vegetarian. The items that I put on my body are always vegan and cruelty-free, but I do eat fish a lot. I love fish, but you want to stick to things that are living, as living as possible because those hold energy. If you want me to make a video about diet, I can do that. Ruled by Jupiter said, if you're ever in Colorado and need a place to stay, I have a sweet space and you could use your energy in my apothecary. I would love to. Thumbs up to that. I would love to come out to Colorado. On the 27th, the 27th, I'm flying out to Phoenix and then moving to the Grand Canyon. I'm going to have a full moon party in the Grand Canyon. It's going to be insane. I'm going to be recording the entire trip. It's already been emotional. I'm going to be recording all of it on my YouTube channel, so make sure that you guys are subscribed to that and it's not going to be about education. It's just going to be about my spiritual process and what it looks like for me. I would say that I would be snapping it on Snapchat, but I'm going to be honest, like I snap on occasion. But if you want to follow me on Snapchat, you could do that too, BehatiLife. But Snapchat drains my batteries. Are you making any classes to teach astrology? Yes, but my focus when I get back is on the 16th. I'm starting tarot classes for beginner to intermediate on developing your intuition, working your intuition with the tarot, and learning the tarot in depth. So that's going to be my focus. After I'm done that class, I'm then opening up to astrology, but that's not going to be until after the class ends. And that's going to be a virtual class. The details of that are on my website right now, so if you want to go ahead and check that out. Can you tell something about Sedona? I want to go there this year. So we're going because it is a very highly spiritual space. I want to see all of the stars. I want to be... I've always been naturally drawn to the Grand Canyon. I already know I'm going to cry when I go there. I've been crying so much lately, just over everything. Everything I find beautiful, and I'm just in a space of extreme gratitude that I just have to keep thanking God and the divine because I just am like so grateful. So yeah. Do I have any amethyst crystal points? I will. I've been so drawn to amethyst and rose quartz. So my goal, I'm actually getting amethyst in the shop now as we speak. Just really nice pieces because I love them. Shipping them sucks, but it's worth it. And I'm going to have that for you guys too. Sedona recommendations appreciated after your trip. I'm going in September. Absolutely. Absolutely. A diet video? Yes. Please send me Curious Hero. Email me BehatiLife@gmail.com. Just say, Jess, it's Diet Hero. Well, it's Curious Hero. Can you please do a video about your diet or diet recommendations? I would love to do that. The reason why I'm asking you to do that is so that I don't forget because I have to move forward. Okay, yes. Okay, diet videos for sure. I can't wait to move to Arizona. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, breathtaking. Oh my God. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to be going in a cry cleanse. I know, it's been almost overwhelming, me just being super emotional, but I just know I'm like in this space right now of just, I would rather, if I'm going to be emotional, I would rather it be from gratitude than other things. Just nothing can hold me down right now. I've been in this space for over a year, longer than that, and I just wake up in the space of gratitude. That being said, you guys, let's move forward because I really want to share this intuitive message with you. On the 28th, Mercury, the planet of communication, squares off with Uranus, the planet of surprise, unexpected developments, and innovation. Uranus naturally rules Aquarius, so the energy of this like shock and surprise is going to be really, really high. And Uranus naturally comes in and kind of shocks us a little bit, and that's what I really see is this element of shock, surprise, and sorry, I forgot there's something in the stove. But it'll be fine. Yeah, so Mercury squaring off with Aquarius, with Uranus creates this unexpected development, surprise, things that we didn't see coming. But what I really want to do is highlight the fact that there could be fights or disagreements happening on this day, roughly around this day. So Mercury moves really fast, but it doesn't move fast enough that it's going to happen within like 2 days. You're going to feel it, that the energy is going to be most high on the 28th, but you can feel it 3 days before, 3 days afterwards. So just be mindful of that. I say, you know, Uranus in Aries is very combative and very like, kind of like aggressive. So Mercury there just doesn't work with Uranus on that, in that level. So you can be warned that there could be a butting of heads and conflict. Hardcore conflict. Are you guys ready for my intuitive message for you guys? Yes, the eclipse is there. I'm going to be there during the eclipse. That's why I'm not going to be doing lunar oils during that time, because I will be away from the apothecary, but I will be sharing everything that we're going to be doing. I'm going to be with another spiritual teacher and healer, an acupuncture doctor. She's amazing. And we're going to be going together, journeying together with another friend, and just the vibration is going to be so high. Her and I do spiritual circles together all the time, and each time it's always really powerful. So I have to record it. I have to get it on YouTube just to share it with you guys so that you can be a part of our process. We are just vibing off of each other always. It's always a really emotional experience, so I need to share it. Yeah, so yes, I will be saving this video for 24 hours. Okay, ready for intuitive messages? So the message that came through for me before I started this reading or started looking into this chart was the word blossoming and to be easy on yourself. And the reason why, so it's interesting that that word came through so clear, because a day before that I was working with a client who was really going through a lot, and it was a live reading and super emotional. And when I was working with her, I saw a tunnel. So I always get messages, like I always see it. It's like a vision that I see. And I saw a tunnel, and it was a dark tunnel, and I saw this little light. And I don't know if she's here now. You don't have to announce yourself, because every reading that I do is very private. If you want to talk about it, you can, if she's even here. But it was this tunnel and this little light that was like moving. And I knew, like, watching this little light flicker and glow, I was like, that's her. Like, it's her. And she's Tinkerbell. Like, she's like this little Tinkerbell. And when I said it, she was like, oh my God, Jess, like, it's crazy that you even said that. Like, she said that throughout the reading multiple times, but that's what happens when you get a reading with me. Like, the words that come up, they're for a reason. I'm not going to share the other messages that came through because they don't apply to this message today, but each one, you know, had a reason for me saying it. And I said to her, Tinkerbell. I was like, you're Tinkerbell. And she was like, that's so crazy that you're saying this, because everyone refers to me as Tinkerbell, and like she has this like image of Tinkerbell all over. But a lot of times when these messages come through, you guys have to realize, like, energy is so connected, and what comes through for one person can really benefit the whole and make sense for all of us, and that's why I'm sharing this today. So she came through as Tinkerbell, and I was like, girl, like, you know, this is how it is that you're coming through. But really, sometimes what each of us do is we have this light about us, and in this tunnel, there's people who live in a tunnel. They live in darkness. They have negativity around them. They have frustrations. They have obstacles. You know, they're going through some shit. They're going through some things, pardon my French. And in those moments, they see this light, and it draws their attention, and they naturally gravitate towards it. And they find themselves moving towards that light because it's beautiful, because it's stunning, because it's gifted, because it lights up their life. And their intention, even though they don't even realize it, is to capture that light and sometimes to take advantage of it. And for a lot of us, we are that Tinkerbell. We are that light. And we're gifted, we glow, we shine, we have a gift, we have a message, we're trying to be positive. And we can, when you are trying to do better, when you are trying to take care of yourself, when you're a goddess, when you're glowing, people see that and they want to get to it. But if you remember, like, even like Tinkerbell, they were trying to catch her and they would put her in a jar because she was beautiful, not realizing that when you put Tinkerbell in a jar, she can't breathe anymore. She can't create. She's not thriving. She's diminishing. Her light goes and it dies out because she can't breathe. She doesn't have space. And they have that light, and and it's like, what is it that you even want to do with Tinkerbell? You're going to put her in a jar and put her on your shelf until her light dies out, and it's just another thing that just, you know, that you use and abuse, and then you walk away from it because it's now dead. So it's like Tinkerbell herself was spontaneous. She's spunky. She knows what she wants. She's gifted. But she can't give her light and share her light when she allows people to put her in a jar. And that's what I saw for my client. That's what I see for a lot of, you know, the energy right now, which is you really want to be mindful of who and what is around you, even your partners. People don't realize that sometimes what it is that they want for you is not what is best for you, and it's for you to really determine and decipher what you will allow and what you will give your time and your energy to. When it comes to the word blossoming, I see it, the word came to me this morning, but it also connected me to the image that I saw yesterday, so I knew I needed to share it with you guys today. And with blossoming, it's like, you know what, you're in a space right now that is really highly sacred, and that needs to be respected. And not only do others need to respect it, but you need to respect it. You need to respect yourself and your own progress. And in order to blossom and bloom, you have to continue to give to yourself so that that light and that blossoming can continue to expand. And it needs time. It can't be rushed. It needs to be respected, and it needs to have energy given to it. Again, remember, we're walking on thin ice right now in a lot of spaces in our lives. And if you keep walking on thin ice, knowing fully well that you're walking into danger because everything within you is intuitively telling you that there are red flags everywhere and this is not serving you and this is not for you, but you keep going because you're used to it or because you're scared, it's not an excuse anymore. Because what you're allowing yourself to do is to put yourself in a jar and to just sit there for someone else's pleasure, for someone else to look at, for someone else to gawk out until you, yourself, your light, your brilliance has completely died out. And it's not okay. It's not acceptable. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for myself. The thing that I told my client was like, you have to look at yourself, separate yourself from yourself, and say, you know, I say to my clients sometimes a lot, and I'll share this with you guys, is carry around a small photo of yourself. Because sometimes it's easier for us to give advice to others, but we can't take it for ourselves. And we don't operate from that space of love for ourselves because we're like, oh, well, you know what, for whatever reason. I don't want to get into it too much. But by looking at a photo of yourself, you can say to yourself, literally that image of yourself, what does she need? Would I take this image and would I put her in the hands of this person? Would I allow her to stay in the hands of this job? Would I allow her to stay in this circumstance or in this environment? Or is it going to kill her light? And if the answer is it's going to kill them and diminish their light, then get yourself out. Get yourself out immediately. It's not working and it's not worth it. It's literally not worth it. It's literally not worth it. It's not worth it. If you wouldn't put Tinkerbell in that, I'm sorry, I'm looking off in this, well, I'm looking off around because that's what I do. But if you wouldn't put Tinkerbell in that circumstance, don't put yourself in it. If you wouldn't put little you in that circumstance, knowing fully well that you're putting in the hands of someone that is going to abuse her or put their hands all over it and muck up your creativity, muck up your protection, muck up your safety, muck up your brilliance, dim your light, dim your shine, abuse you, spit on you, destroy you, if you're going to put yourself, if you wouldn't put Tinkerbell in that situation, if you wouldn't put your little self in that situation as an adult, you have to look out for yourself and make sure that you're not putting yourself in that situation and co-signing your destruction. Let's be real. One single tear I shed, this really hit me in the heart. I know, you guys. My heart is so open for your words. I'm in tears. Oh, I know, I feel it, you guys. I feel it, like, literally, I feel it so much. Wow, I was Tinkerbell in a jar at my old jar, and I'm a man. Yeah, I mean, it's not just women. It's all of us. Like, we really are. Like, men have feminine, women have masculine. It's all of us. We're all feeling the same vibration. And we just need to look out for ourselves, and that's the reminder. And I just set intention every single day that when I walk into my meditation, that the message that it is that I'm channeling, that it be for everyone's highest and greatest good and be for a reason. And I just keep on keeping on. And as far as my readings go, and as far as my oils, you know what, you guys, like shipping times and stuff and like working on readings, you have to understand that I just I put myself in a space to be there for those that need me. And you get all of me. So for that, there's going to, because I'm not rushing this isn't Target, this isn't fake, this isn't for a profit. I didn't start BehatiLife to have a business. I started BehatiLife because I had to. Like, I had to. So, I don't know why I'm saying that right now. I just felt like I had to. Yeah, Curious Hero says, no more distractions, everybody. Yeah. Okay, so I love you guys. I'm so hungry, and I need to get back to what it is that I was working on. But, yeah, I'm going to finish editing the video for this weekly forecast. I love you so much. Seriously, thank you so much for tuning in and participating and sharing your experiences, sharing what it is that you're going through. The video of this the forecast will not be this live thing. It's going to be something that I filmed separately, but you'll see that. And I like to keep that up there so you guys can mark your notes and stuff like that. Mystic Peach, I love you, girl. Like, I love you. Namaste. Thank you. It's okay. May is Magic is saying that you're late. It's okay. It's going to be live again. I'm going to have it saved for you guys on repeat. I'm so hungry. Yeah, so I'm out. I love you. Monday will be the next one. We'll be in contact. Bye.